The client reported that he has only two friends because he has trust issues, which I'm sure could be a common theme among many clients. The resident also reported that he participated in a lot of illegal activities while he was on the street and also had many fights with people. That's part of the reason why he doesn't trust anyone. He said he feels that he has a lot of enemies and therefore someone may be out to actually harm him. I've been fortunate during the second year field placement to be collaborating with residential clients who have been open to engagement and therefore have also been cooperative. I have been working with the client from a motivational interviewing approach, and as mentioned, it has been successful so far in eliciting a dialogue between the client and me. Motivational interviewing consists of two main phases. The first is increasing motivation for change, and the second is reinforcing the client's commitment to change. In order for any of the phases to begin to elicit change thinking followed up with action, the client has to be at that point. Research and evidence based practice has informed clinicians that we have to meet the client where they are, not where we think they should be, as challenging as this can be. The client has reported that he feels comfortable expressing himself to me at this time versus his primary KSAC counselor. Time limits are almost an invariant feature of certain social service settings, and many social work practice models have either treated the idea of brief or time limited contact, and that is what they implement. This may account for the lack of trust and collaboration between the client and his primary counselor. As a direct result of my internship status, I have a lower caseload, duties, and responsibilities to attend to while on site versus his primary KSAC counselor, The result is I have more of an opportunity and time to engage with the client and utilize motivational interviewing techniques such as OARS, open-ended questions which allow the client the space to express his thoughts, affirmations, and reflections, which help support the working relationship, and the client acknowledges my presence in the discussion, and I summarize at the end of our meeting just to clarify what the client has expressed and what we can touch on moving forward the next time we meet. Oars are fluid and give us the power to move in the conversation, but it is not a powerboat. Engaging with the client in his native language, Spanish, has also been beneficial to our working relationship. Nonetheless, I am aware of client splitting between interdisciplinary team members, and at times that can happen, especially in residential treatment. So I am cautious to refer the client back to his primary counselor when needed. I'm struggling with knowing what information besides the initial question is pertinent to the psychosocial immediately. I was able to complete my initial psychosocial with the client, although it took longer than I was comfortable with. I found I had to meet with the client for further details and information that I had missed. Another challenge so far has been learning the jargon used for this population. My lack of experience and knowledge of the justice and legal system limits my ability at the moment to offer a resolution to the client. Some residential clients are mandated to the treatment facility and they are still part of the justice and legal system while in treatment. A practice issue I have with the same client as the brief psychosocial is he has an active warrant for his arrest and is currently on parole. The client has not reported his whereabouts in several months since before COVID-19, and he seems to still be in the contemplation and planning phase regarding reaching out to his parole officer. Further delay can result in real consequences for the client. My question for my peers: has anyone worked with this population? And if so, how would you work with this client to understand the importance of reporting to his parole officer? He has been resistant to the idea at this time. We cannot force him, and we will not report to his parole officer his current whereabouts, but have been trying to get him to understand the severity of his current legal situation. Any assistance or suggestions would be greatly appreciated, and I look forward to hearing them. Thank you again, and I apologize for the split in video. Have a good night.